If you haven't been living under a rock, then you know that de-extinction is no longer a thing of the future. It's a thing of the now. Colossal Biosciences proved this 1 year ago when they rewound the clock 10,000 years and brought the dire wolves out of extinction. That was the first direwolf howl heard in over 100 centuries. And the craziest part is that's just the beginning. Here are 5 more animals that Colossal plans to bring out of extinction. And if you want to stay updated on all the de-extinction news, make sure you follow Colossal. That's where it's all going down. Now I'm sure you've heard about this one because that's their most popular project. Once upon a time, about 10,000 years ago, these bad boys roamed free in Siberia and Alaska. And I shouldn't have to tell you this, but they were huge. Old Manny over here stood 11 feet tall at the shoulders and got up to 6 tons, which is about 12,000 pounds. And their tusks? Yeah, they could get up to 15 feet. That's ridiculous. But anyways, when the mammoths went extinct, there was no more animals to compact the permafrost. Fluffy snow is a good insulator. It blocks cold air from the outside, resulting in the permafrost melting. That's bad. You want the snow compacted down to prevent the melting of the permafrost. Which brings me to the mammoths. Basically, Colossal is going to take the DNA of an Asian elephant and fill in all the missing genetic gaps to make it match a woolly mammoth. And then they insert those genes into an embryo and insert that embryo into an Asian elephant. And if all goes well, that Asian elephant should give birth to a woolly mammoth. And the goal is to get these mammoths back into the permafrost to prevent the damage. In other words, we're probably gonna see a woolly mammoth in our lifetime. What a time to be alive. If you've seen Ice Age, then you know about the dodo.
Vegeta Melon! Taekwondo-dos! Attack!
These bad boys used to roam free on Mauritius, which is a small island off the coast of Africa. They stood about 3 feet tall and weighed up to 50 pounds apiece, and they were flightless. They were birds that couldn't fly. Talk about getting the short end of the stick. But because they were flightless, the introduction of invasive species in Africa caused them to go extinct. I mean, they couldn't deal with rats, or pigs, or cats. Probably should have led with that one. But this was detrimental on the ecosystem. I mean, that's their prime seed disperser, and then they just go extinct. For now. And that's because Colossal has announced their plans to bring them back. Basically, they're gonna take a Nicobar pigeon and then edit its PGCs to match a dodo. That's basically its genetic makeup that it passes down to its offspring. And then they'll take those PGCs and insert them into an egg. Once that egg hatches, it's gonna be a normal bird. But that bird, when it lays eggs, will give birth to dodo.